Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities and Miniatures, and welcome to what is the most bizarre and absurd weekly painting progress video that I think I will possibly film, at least so far. So yeah, like the title says, despite my best defenses, somehow or other, my students, well, I don't even know if it was my students, because one of my coworkers came down with COVID, got me sick. Here I am, stuck at home, quarantined, in the room where I film, where there is not a whole lot to keep me occupied, except for my phone and the internet and a treadmill. I'm like in a little hamster cage here. It's kind of sad, except that I found this. So check it out. Buried in some of the junk, I found this beat up, banged up Blitz Bowl build and paint set that's faded and banged. How old is this? I don't even know. It says 2019. That's probably about the time I got it. What is this, 22 right now? Yeah, so of all these paints, most of them were already flat. So the black worked. The white, not so much. It's basically what I could scrape off of the rubbery substance it had turned into. The red works, but it's okay. Yellow, there's a little bit of liquid in there. The Bugman's Glow does not look like a flesh tone that it should at all. I don't know what they're trying to do with that. The Agrax was good. The Armageddon Dust was completely solid. Nothing of value to be there. Tiny little bit of Lead Belcher, was able to use that. And a little bit of the Mornfang. And the Forest stuff was actually pretty decent. Problem was their quote-unquote starter brush that was included. Yeah. Look at that thing. I mean, I've tried to clean this, despite how nasty my hands look, covered with Agrax Earthshade, but just look at the bristles. It's like I haven't even tried to clean it. I have, and it's already cracking. And I've been using it only like 2 days, so you can see it's starting to split down there. I can feel it. Not that you can see it really in there, maybe it's a little bit clearer. I'm disappointed with the quality of this. Expected better. And the clippers aren't all that great, but thankfully I have my ones from Japan my wife picked up for me. So anyway, I've been sitting around here trying to find something to do to keep me occupied, and it's not like I have a whole lot to film at the moment because I can't really build anything because I usually don't build it right here, and I've been trying to honor my family's wishes of staying the hell away from them. So I found, buried under some other stuff, a bunch of my Forbidden Fortress models. And so I've been building them for the last couple of days. I mean, admittedly, the first few days I was feeling like crap, feeling much better. I mean, I've taken every precaution I can at this point anyway, so it's just a matter of time before I am testing negative again. Hopefully by next week. And so I decided to actually try and paint some of the stuff that was actually in that box. Now, I didn't do a whole lot, and I didn't do the greatest job. And I can't really go and prime it or spray anything because, well, I don't want to be outside. I don't want to be around anybody, which is where I usually do it. So I'm kind of stuck here at the moment, but I'm hoping and figuring that once I get a free moment and I'm doing better and I'm allowed to, I can go out, spray these down, and then start touching them up. So, what are these guys? The Chochino Kabe? Wait, what did I just say? Chochino Bake. I don't know what I'm thinking. Okay, yeah, COVID is clouding my head. So, these guys are tiny, and they don't actually have their own base, but I'm going to see if I can dig something out or even print one up, just like a tiny 20 millimeter round one maybe. I don't like them just lumped like that. Everybody else gets a base in the game. Why can't these guys? And that's the problem, is I painted one of them and I'm like, oh, that's not bad, right? No, actually it is kind of bad. Because there's not just one. There's like 12 of them. But they're all painted. Granted, they might need a little bit of touch-up because that brush sucks, but at the very least, I think from a gameplay standpoint, these guys are pretty much good to go. That's the wrong direction, dude. No, there's still more. Not all of them? No, wait, there's still more. Is that all of them? Yeah, actually, I think that is. So, Got a nice little army of these, and I cannot help but emphasize the fact that if you have the inclination to want to play some skirmish games with all of your Shadows of Brimstone collection, which I absolutely feel was still one of the best bangs for my buck when it came to Kickstarter, probably next to the various Kingdom Death campaigns, which I got in on the ground floor, so yeah. Same thing with my Minecart and Shogun and all those pledges, but anyways, we're getting off track as I'm totally losing my train of thought. Oh, so I highly recommend checking out Alternative Army's Sengoku Monster Hunter game, because not only do they have stats for all this stuff anyways, but it's a cool little game. You can play it solo. You've got enough counters and junk already in the actual Forbidden Fortress box, which I hate to say I still haven't even opened yet. We'll get there. I'll probably end up painting everything but the core game, and then I'll get to it. So I got all the Chochinobake guys done, and then I thought, well, okay, we got enough yellow. What else can I do? I had that Death Forest Green or whatever. Death World Forest. So then I tried pinning the Akaname, which are another traditional yokai. And again, needs a little touch up here and there. But I thought, given the circumstances and the tools that I had, hey, it came out alright. And keep in mind, it is, I don't know what kind of accent that is, it is painted. So that should count for something, right? So the way most of the enemies stack up in Shadows of Brimstone, be it Forbidden Fortress or Western Frontier flavor, usually they come in groups of 1, 3, 6, or 12. So you get 6 of these little tongued lurker guys. Lickers, that's what I wanted to call them. They remind me of lickers, the big long tongues. I mean, yeah, very boring, very simple paint job, but again, once I have the opportunity and the correct kinds of tools, I am going to go back and touch these up as well. But I wasn't satisfied with that either. Nope. Then I found the Bone Eaters, and I thought, well, let's do something a little bit bigger, and so we did. So these are the Bone Eaters. Again, just using what I have, that very limited palette, trying to do something with my free time. Obviously not cleaning my fingers good enough here, but what else is new? I'll do something with the drool coming out their mouth. Actually, I'll do a lot with their... And again, these guys come in a pack of 6. I want to say they were an add-on. So I'll put a link to Flying Frog's website. There's always some kind of sale going on. And I'm still sore about the fact that I didn't get the Takobake champion, the forearm octopus samurai dude. I really wanted him. Built all the Takobake guys and was quite disappointed by the fact that I don't have any of the right colors to really paint them, but that's okay. We'll get to it. And I still wasn't completely satiated. I tried my hand at some of the humans, and I want to say that these were the Spearman allies. I don't think these are the guys that come with the daimyo. And these guys, I called it a day with where they are right now, because they're going to need some royal touch-up. And that skin tone, this is that Bugman's Glow. I don't know what else it's supposed to be for. It looks like it's supposed to be a super bronzy flesh tone, but I'm not buying it. It looks weird. But again, this is nothing that a decent brush and ample paint can deal with. I mean, like, when stacked up with some of the actual game models, got veteran gunslinger and the sumo here. I have a bunch of just random... I gotta say, I want more funky samurai stuff. I am definitely I in a Eastern mode at the moment. A mix of resins, 3D printed stuff, and plastics there, all ready to take on the hordes of enemies. I gotta say, I'm particularly pleased with at least my limited results, and hopefully this should tide me over until I can actually go sit down and paint at my table, which is a shame because I had almost finished that, what was it, Raijin that I put up here the other day. I just had to paint the little dudes on him. And if I don't get to it, I will snatch it and just show that off next week one way or the other. And I was painting that, what was it called, Encandriox or something like that, the big dark demon dragon from Dragon Trapper's Lodge. Although I don't think I've done a very good job on it. But I haven't seen it painted, so we'll have to show that off at the very least. So, even though I'm getting a bit winded here, well, this is getting kind of long anyways, I'm going to stop talking. I will be definitely lurking those comments. It's like my one and only outlet to the outside world. By all means, please hit some kind of comment, because I will be more than happy to reply. Like I've said, I've got nothing better to do with my free time at the moment, so I will lurk those comments. And as always, if you are interested in any of this, I have that link to Flying Frog stuff. Shadows of Brimstone, definitely in my top 3. It is a nice spiritual successor, if not outright surpassing the beloved Warhammer Quest of old. So if you haven't given it a look, you gotta give it to it. So, with that said, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures saying thanks for watching, take care of yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you back here soon. Bye-bye.